Hello, everyone. It's great to be here with you today. My name is Anupam. I'm SVP of Products for Prisma SASE. And today I'm excited to introduce you to all the innovations in Prisma SASE 4.0. Innovations that power the AI-ready enterprise. So before we talk about innovations, let's start with the two main forces that have been driving the rapid adoption of SASE. First, hybrid work. The traditional network perimeter has essentially disappeared. People are working from everywhere, at home, in the office, on the go, and they're accessing corporate applications from all devices. That means the user, or if you talk with the networking guy, the device has effectively become the new security edge. SASE's job is to protect users, devices, and their connections, wherever they are. Second, cloud adoption. Applications and data have moved out of data center and into the cloud. The original data center, or the original data center-centric security model, is no longer sufficient. Security must move to the cloud as well, following users, data, and applications wherever they go. Now let's better understand how Prisma SASE works to ensure true zero-trust network security for your network. Regardless of where your users reside, the devices they use, or even if it's a headless device with no user, we ensure secure and reliable access to business-critical applications and resources. Now, once that's done, the first thing we need to do is intercept and inspect all traffic coming from any user, any device, and any location. This is to ensure we provide the appropriate, right-size access given the business needs. We then need to identify who the user is using contextual insights. For example, what is their role, their location, their access permissions, etc. And we monitor this throughout the entire transaction to ensure nothing has changed that would impact their access rights. We also look at what device they are using to confirm it's a managed or unmanaged device. Then we must identify what the user is requesting access to, and then make an informed decision on what level of access should they have, given their role, risk, and behavior. Here, App ID continues to be a differentiator for us, which is based on actual application signature. Finally, in addition to continuously verifying the transaction, as you can see on the right side, we continuously inspect all live traffic inline throughout the entirety of the session, so that we can ensure dynamic and adaptive access. And if we determine that this is an allowed connection that should be established, we secure all the traffic while monitoring for changes in the user, device, and app continuously. So this is how we did SASE. But what's happening in today's world? We are seeing 4 new things coming in, and organizations are facing a complex set of new challenges. First, AI has lowered the barrier for bad guys, which means AI-driven threats are now striking where work happens. It's also happening in the browser. In fact, browser is becoming the new battleground of the most advanced attacks, more often evading traditional security defenses. Second, GenAI, AI agents, and data sprawl are raising data exposure risk, creating new and often unseen vulnerabilities for sensitive corporate information. Third, operational complexity and limited administrative insights are hindering efficiency, making it difficult for security and IT teams to stay effective. And finally, remember, it's security and access. Resilience is paramount. Resilience is never enough when it comes to business continuity. As we have all seen in recent headlines, insufficient resilience can put entire operations at risk. Without a modern resilient architecture, organizations face higher chances of downtime and disruption. So this new reality, SASE demands a flexible, anywhere and everywhere architecture, one that can secure every interaction, no matter where users, applications, or data reside. That's exactly where Prisma SASE 4.0 comes in. So with that context, let's look at what are some of the key innovations in SASE 4.0. Innovations that are designed to power the AI-ready enterprise and help organizations stay secure, agile, and resilient. So first, we are extending AI-enabled best-in-class security anywhere work happens. That includes the browser. Browser is the new workspace. And what we're doing is we are securing the browser to stop the most advanced and evasive attacks. Second, we are securing data with unprecedented precision everywhere, including across AI apps and agents. We are delivering exceptional accuracy in data protection and extending coverage to new exposure risk introduced by GenAI and autonomous AI agents. Third, we are leveraging AI to accelerate deployment and automate operations. By simplifying workflows, automating tasks, and unlocking data insights through natural language queries, we are giving IT teams a smarter, faster, and more efficient way to operate. And finally, we are boosting operational resilience with Prisma SASE private location, where firewall acts as part of the SASE fabric. This adds an additional layer of resiliency, extending our SASE platform to campus networks to ensure superior uptime and performance. So now let's take a deeper look at how Prisma SASE 4.0 extends AI-enabled security anywhere work happens. It is no surprise that attackers powered by AI are constantly shifting their focus and moving to where work happens with more sophisticated evasive attacks. They are now assembling and launching attacks directly within the browser, away from network and endpoint security, making it the new frontline for cyber threats. Traditional network security is not equipped to handle these attacks, as the attack payload is executed in the browser. Also remember, encrypted traffic is becoming harder to decrypt in the network due to business and technology reasons, leaving organizations unable to protect what they cannot see. Some examples of hard to decrypt traffic are certificate-pinned applications and protocols like QUIC, which is the transport protocol powering HTTP3. And if that was not enough, organizations are grappling with the fact that there are still a lot of applications in enterprise that lack robust enterprise identity controls, creating gaps where unauthorized access can occur. This vulnerability is especially pronounced in generative AI applications, many of which do not support a secure single sign-on process and are increasingly part of the rising volume of shadow AI within organizations. To address these challenges, Prisma Browser extends SASE security to the browser to actively block emerging threats. Prisma Browser proactively stops today's evasive, browser-based attacks before they execute, leveraging AI-powered security. It gives you complete visibility into 100% of web traffic without the need to decrypt traffic. And it enables secure, seamless access to all applications, including even those which do not have a single sign-on, not only gaining visibility into what GenAI tools are in use, but enabling safe and compliant use with the browser's comprehensive data protections. Now that the browser serves as the primary application where employees dedicate most of their working hours, it has naturally become a key target for cyber attackers. With AI's advancement and widespread adoption, attackers are leveraging LLMs to develop personalized spear phishing attacks that bypass both human vigilance and conventional security measures. These LLMs are also capable of generating unique web pages on the fly, dynamic, while leaving no traces of the previous version. In addition, attackers take advantage of different blind spot web channels, either through traffic that is not decrypted due to compliance restrictions, or because it is hard to decrypt, such as emerging protocols like QUIC or ECH, or even raw HTTP traffic like WebSockets. As a result, attackers have learned to hide malware in legitimate channels that are typically not decrypted, like healthcare, or they split malicious traffic into multiple seemingly harmless small chunks that look legitimate to the network. The network is unable to see the full malicious picture, which only appears when assembled in the browser as it executes. Another emerging attack surface is browser extensions that any employee can install without reviewing terms and conditions and without oversight, as most organizations do not monitor or govern browser extensions. And lastly, new browser zero-day exploits keep appearing all the time. As the browser is the main application used, and so is the most lucrative to target. And these attacks are real. Like, you can look at all the stats on the slides, but our number indicates that 64% of traffic goes through blind spot web channels. And attackers leverage this in the wild. Take example of AI spear phishing. These attacks are emerging with pages created on the fly with CAPTCHA requests. And since the pages and contents are hidden behind a CAPTCHA, traditional sandboxing and security solutions do not see the threat. In fact, in 2024, we saw 75 zero-day targeting browsers. That's a huge number. No other application suffers from such an amount of attack and quality of attack. And just not forget extensions. With malicious extensions, we have seen different campaigns like Redirection or Cyberhaven targeting hundreds of millions of users worldwide. So how do we solve this? We are really announcing 3 key new security capabilities with Prisma browser, fortifying its position as the most secure enterprise browser in the industry. So what are those? First is advanced web protection, which continuously monitors every element in every web page. It performs real-time scanning of the page with local AI models available with the browser. It monitors text, images, scripts before the page is loaded. And all the time that the user is interacting with those scripts, it enables, because of this passion, it enables immediate detection of risk or threats. Once the browser detects a malicious event, the page is blocked immediately. We're really fighting AI with AI. Second part, advanced browser protection empowers the local browser with patented protection against zero-day threats. Advanced browser protection is a collection of hardening layers that protect the browser runtime, the session, and the underlying process. Inside the browser, we instrument the runtime engine and look for exploit chains inside V8. V8 is Google's open source JavaScript and WebAssembly engine. And if a site tries to trigger a day 0 or a day n in V8 before a patch is deployed, we can stop the exploit chain inside the browser. This specific capability is patented and differentiated. And last, let's not forget about extensions. Advanced extension security monitors extensions during the entire lifecycle, installation, update, and continuously after. It identifies risky behaviors at runtime and immediately disables the extension to prevent harm. So now let's talk about that non-SSO, how you can enable secure, seamless access to all those applications, including those applications that are not covered by single sign-on mechanisms. So despite efforts to move to modern SSO, authentication and unified access management, organizations still suffer from shadow IT, with many applications failing outside of SSO coverage. Astonishingly, 55% of GenAI tools used in organizations are unknown to IT and security team. Even more concerning, even the applications you know users are accessing, 65% of organizations have no idea what users are doing with their data. Without visibility into what applications are used in the organization, by whom and for what, IT and security teams are unable to secure and control them, or understand what data is at risk. The good news is you do not need to overhaul your entire environment to achieve this. With a simple package deployment, Prisma browser instantly gives you complete visibility into all applications employees are using, both SSO and non-SSO, current and past. And now you have the visibility you need to decide which applications to allow and which to block. Once access is enforced via Prisma browser, you gain all the benefits of a secure workplace, including last mile data protection and advanced AI-powered web security. So your data is now safe. And to make things not only secure, but simpler, you can now enforce unified access and data loss prevention policy seamlessly across all applications, both SSO and non-SSO. Now let's talk about private app security, which is really a replacement for private apps. Today, the modern app world has fundamentally changed. We are in a world of microservices, APIs, and constant chain. Yet, old security solutions built for static apps, the one designed for a static 3D architecture, are structurally incapable of keeping up. This is a mismatch, and it leaves the modern enterprise dangerously exposed. Legacy approaches force you to stitch together different tools for WAF, API security, and bot mitigation to protect the dynamic apps of today. This point product sprawl creates management chaos and huge gaps in coverage across your distributed app worlds. Furthermore, in a threat landscape powered by AI, relying on static signatures and rule bases and known threat patterns is a guarantee of high false positives, and worse, of failure to stop zero-day attacks. If your security can't learn, adapt, and predict in real time, it's not securing, it's just processing. The only way to secure the modern, dynamic, and distributed app worlds is through a single converged platform. So you have Prisma SASE, and now we have a private app security as a module. So with our new private app security module, we eliminate the coverage gap of legacy solutions that were built on rule sets and for static apps. And because this is built natively into the Prisma SASE platform, we gain full context from the user all the way to the application that they're interacting with. And this is important for true zero trust. To secure the ever-evolving nature of modern apps, we instantly detect, because we're inline, new APIs and microservices, and use self-learning policies to adapt and provide resilient security, meaning your defense evolves as fast as your developers ship code. There is no manual intervention, no manual rules. Furthermore, we are going beyond static signatures, and we leverage our precision AI to analyze real-time behavior and stop the most evasive threats, like zero-day attacks and business logic abuse, closer to the source. We defeat AI-powered adversaries with superior platform-powered AI. With this added protection for today's private apps, Prisma SASE further enhances its ability to just not protect the user, but also protect that private application, all delivered through a single resilient cloud platform. Let's talk a bit about innovations we're delivering with our AI-powered data security. Sensitive information now flows across an increasingly fragmented and expanding landscape, spanning cloud, SaaS, and AI applications, remote users, email services, and devices. And with the rise of AI agents, co-pilots, and plugins, exposure risks are growing faster than ever, as these tools can access corporate data directly, and often in unseen or unexpected ways. Securing sensitive data today is more challenging than ever before. Now let's see why. First, the rapid adoption of GenAI has led to a significant loss of control over sensitive corporate data. These tools create a false sense of privacy as employees often share sensitive information with open models like ChatGPT without realizing the risk of exposure. Second, AI agents integrated into SaaS applications who are actually acting as you often have broad data access privileges. Without proper security controls, their interactions can easily lead to data exposure and compliance violations. And third, traditional DLP solutions built for structured data and keyword-based detection simply can't keep up with today's unstructured content across multiple channels and content like images, source code, or even natural language interaction with GenAI tools. The result is a flood of false positives that slow down security team and further reduces effectiveness. So what's the answer? Prisma SASE 4.0 provides uncompromising security and compliance to precisely controlled data. In this release, we are focusing on three key areas. First is extending AI access security to Prisma browser with Prisma browser's last mile controls to enable safe GenAI use across the entire organization with granular control as users interact with data. Second, keeping sensitive data secure from AI agents, applications, and co-pilots. Like I said, AI agents often have a privilege issue in corporate SaaS apps and security lack visibility and control. We address this with SaaS security posture management, limiting SaaS-based AI agents from accessing sensitive data that should stay private, giving you control and visibility to prevent exposure. Third, dramatically improving data protection efficacy with AI augmentation. Our next generation classification delivers more than 10 times fewer false positives than traditional regular expression-based approaches. So you prevent real data risk, not noise, and disrupting false positives. Now let's dive deeper into each of these innovations. So, enabling safe and controlled use of generative AI applications with AI access security is now available natively in Prisma browser. We do this with a few key capabilities. You get real-time visibility into what AI apps are being used and by whom. We today classify over 5,000 Gen AI apps with risk-based categorization. I believe it's the broadest in the industry. We also provide access control to block the use of high-risk AI tools, apply information security policy, and prevent threats. Second, classification, which is LLM-powered. Our context-aware AI and ML models deliver higher accuracy for data classification, ensuring you can protect sensitive data even in natural language interactions. Policy, unified policy enforcement. We provide consistent security policy enforcement across all applications, whether they are sanctioned or unsanctioned. Now let's look at this new risk surface AI agents create for your corporate SaaS applications and how SaaS agent security has mitigated. Now imagine a scenario: a user is interacting with an AI agent, typically deployed on an agentic platform like Copilot Studio or ServiceNow. It's querying sensitive data that should stay private, like the salary of another employee. But these agents can so easily connect to corporate SaaS applications like Salesforce, Workday, ServiceNow, GitHub, and extract all that information to fulfill that query. What's the risk? AI agents are often provisioned with excessive access and poor security posture. Risk includes dormant agents, which are not inactive but still have access to sensitive data, even though they are no longer needed. Excessive privileges. Agents often have broader access than required for their function. Insecure authentication. Agents may use no authentication. Weak or delegated auth or legacy auth methods. So what's the answer? The solution is SaaS agent security provides the posture control needed to mitigate these risks. Unpublished risky agents immediately remove agents that pose unacceptable risks. Automatically create Jira ServiceNow tickets for agent admins to investigate and properly remediate risky agents. So to think about in summary, the three critical pillars of our SaaS agent security solution for protecting your corporate applications from AI agent risks. Comprehensive visibility. You need a single, clear view of the entire agent landscape. Our solution provides unified visibility into all SaaS-based AI agents and the agent platforms they operate on. Second, continuous assessment and adherence to best security posture. We continuously monitor agent posture and rigorously enforce adherence to best security posture. This is essential to ensure that agents have the right privilege required to function, dramatically limiting the potential blast radius of a compromised or misconfigured agent. And finally, risk remediation. We actively protect against the specific risks posed by agents such as those related to non-authentication, only privileged access, and other excessive permissions. And finally, I'd like to tell you about our AI-augmented data classification capabilities, resulting in very high precision. Palo Alto Precision AI takes data classification to the next level by augmenting data classification with AI and large language models while ensuring customers' data remains private. It delivers over 10 times fewer false positives in detecting and classifying sensitive data than traditional DLP methods. The AI engine learns and improves, drastically reducing false positives and focusing on real risks, working with the accuracy of a human eye and the intelligence of a human brain. Why this matters to customers? With this data classification engine, customers can reliably classify any form of data and stay ahead of rapid data sprawl for confidential GenAI interactions in natural language to images, screenshots, to traditional databases, and the expanding world of new SaaS applications. Bringing all this together, Palo Alto's comprehensively layered data security approach helps customers reduce data risk at every layer, starting with the most crucial entry points. Unrivaled application visibility provides deeper insight into over 5,000 AI and almost 97,000 SaaS applications to understand the full scope of data exposure. Second layer, risk-based access governance. Dynamically grant or restrict access based on the assessed risk level of the user, device, and application. Once you have that, enterprise-grade data loss prevention. Proactively prevent data exfiltration and loss, consistently enforce across all major data channels and vectors: network, endpoint, email, browsers, and GenAI applications. Then, optimizing security posture, integrating powerful posture management capabilities, including SSPM, CSPM, and DSPM to ensure optimal security configurations and compliance. By unifying visibility, access control, proactive prevention, and posture management, our engine provides a powerful and simplified approach to protecting data in the modern hybrid enterprise environment. Now let's talk about how are we leveraging AI to accelerate SASE deployment and automate operations. Today, network security wastes a lot of admin space, a lot of time, manually stitching together fragmented, uncorrelated data to identify and fix connectivity and application issues in their SASE deployment. This makes SASE troubleshooting slow and ineffective, leading to frustrating delays in issue resolution. We are transforming how network security admins manage and operate their SASE deployment with AI-driven autonomous operations and AI canvas. So with this operational framework, network security teams can now automate tasks and operationalize in natural language. This allows them to accelerate deployment and continuously optimize performance across the SASE environment. AI Canvas transforms data into insights using natural language. This feature allows you to generate custom visualizations and real-time analytics on the fly, instantly connecting the dots across your security stack without needing complex queries or deep technical skills. Let's talk about the last pillar now. In a fast-moving, always-on world, it's not enough to keep up. Your infrastructure needs to help you stay ahead of disruptions, ahead of change, and ahead of threats. And here's a primer. Prisma SASE delivers industry's leading resilience, powered by a robust cloud-native infrastructure built for global scale. We leverage the world's largest cloud service providers in AWS, OCI, and GCP, and offer multiple layers of resiliency, including multi-regional and multi-cloud redundancy, high availability, and much more. And now we are further expanding our ability to deliver operational excellence for our customers by adding yet another layer of resiliency with our new SASE private location. So what is SASE private location? Ultimately, it's just a firewall that you're used to, which you're going to manage as part of the SASE fabric. This brings the full power of the SASE platform closer to your users. Now you have that firewall that is sitting in your infrastructure being managed as part of the SASE fabric. It ensures high performance, secure outbound internet access for campus users, bypassing legacy issues, and providing a local enforcement point for the cloud-delivered policy. For mobile users who might be geographically distant from our cloud POPs, this private location dramatically improves their private application access. Critically, it also serves as a robust mechanism for business continuity, ensuring uninterrupted operation even during rare external cloud contributions. And finally, we are managing that firewall appliance for you. The SASE private location is an integrated layer in our single vendor architecture, giving you localized operational assurance, guaranteed uptime, and low latency without the management overhead. We maintain the resilience, you gain the simplicity and consistent zero trust policy enforcement of the global platform. So to summarize, Prisma SASE is a product, it's a solution, it's a commitment to a simpler, more secure future for your AI-ready enterprise. It's the most comprehensive SASE solution in the industry because it uniquely delivers complete security, coverage for all use cases, guaranteed operational resilience, and a superior end-user experience, all managed from a single cloud-delivered console. Thank you for listening.
you.